because there are really just one question that they bring up. But the last thing that I said in my last video was in response to Google's Apple needs to get the message campaign. And I made it quite clear that Google should have sent the message a decade and a half ago.
Very glad it's finally here.
Do we know what happens yet if one person in the group chat doesn't have it? Does it just become the new meme?
I don't know.
Like the whole thing breaks?
I would like to test this because it's either the whole thing breaks.
So this is a little different format. I actually recorded audio, but forgot to turn the microphone volume back up. So now you're just going to get a voiceover. So to answer their last question, yes, what ends up happening is the group chat breaks. And on the screen right now, what you should see is I have a group chat open right here with a friend and my father. Both have Android devices, and you can see down at the bottom, it says RCS chat or whatever it says. But the moment that I now attempt to add my brother, who has an iPhone, it lets you know that what's going to happen right here is what's on the screen right here. And I apologize, I don't remember exactly what it says because, as I said, I was talking before while I was doing it, but now I am kind of just trying to recall it from memory. The other thing that I want to notice, and yes, there should be a screenshot of it on the screen right now, is that if you decide for some reason to turn off RCS, then it lets you know that you'll be removed from those particular group chats. So it says turn off RCS chats. You'll be removed from group RCS chats. And my guess, and this is them maybe trying to preserve the integrity of the group chat, is they don't want you breaking that experience for other people. So you could turn it off. You'll leave that chat. So everybody who's a part of that chat still has the RCS functionality. But then if you go decide to send messages now to that same group of people, you now have to create another chat using SMS, MMS, whatever. And then the people who were originally in that chat were probably like, wait, what's going on? So we'll see how that affects people. But I just figured that was something nice to point out. Lastly, and in closing, I don't think there's much else that the people were going to say on the Waveform podcast, but I've said it time and time again. Yes, it would be nice for Apple to adopt RCS. Yes, it'd be nice for Apple to create a messaging app that works on Android. But it's not their fault if they're deciding not to do either one of those, and it's not their fault if they did make a decision to develop iMessage long ago and stick with it. Meanwhile, Google has tried messaging app after messaging app after messaging app, and it looks like they finally decided to stick to something. And you can't blame the competition for not wanting to adopt something from the competition. Like, you just can't do it. So you can't blame Apple for not wanting to adopt something from Google, even though RCS was more than just Google, but it's essentially it's coming from Google. So I've said it before. I said it at the beginning of this video, and I said it at the end of the last video. But yes, it's nice that Google has their Get the Message campaign, but Google should have sent that message a decade and a half ago.